Hey guys, what is up? It is SkullFlag44 here, back with the TeamLLG podcast. First podcast in a while. No Con Dude 12, but we still got Mr. Ubergoose and Parkerino with us. First TeamLLG podcast of the summer, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. The day before 4th of July, as you can notice by how patriotic we are in the title and stuff.
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm expecting good things.
And thumbnail. But by the time I do those, I'll probably forget about it. So, hey, you guys are special, I guess, or something.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, so what have you guys been up to?
Let's start with Parker.
All right.
Next to nothing. Driver's ed though.
Oh, yeah. Is that going well?
It's just awful.
Tell me more.
See, the state of Washington has a requirement that you have to have like 30 hours of classroom teaching.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of classroom teaching that's pretty much obvious stuff like red light. What do you do? Oh, I don't know. I guess you go right through it. There's seriously a chapter on that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And it's
You know-
ridiculous. And I'm like, it feels like I'm in a class with people who can't read, because it takes them like 40 minutes to read the chapter. I'm done in at least like 15 to 20, and you're just stuck there, just staring.
I think I'd be one of those people because I read pretty slow. I could see Parker getting pissed at me.
Well, no, it's just that it seems like it's the majority of the class, though. So I might just read a little fast, but it's not like groundbreaking stuff here. It's how to read a stop sign. It's not.
Yeah. It'd be nice if you could just kind of like take a test, skip that part or something.
No, see, you can, except then you get your license when you're like 18, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
If you wait until you're 15 and a half, you can go in and take a knowledge test to get your permit, but then, yeah, you can't get your license until you're 18.
Yeah, you've
So,
got to be enrolled in a class too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm taking mine next fall, I think.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't even signed up yet.
Yeah. Just because I wasn't able to do it in the summer or whatever. I didn't really want to do it in the summer.
Yeah, me
And-
neither.
No, just turned 16. Still hasn't started.
Wait, who?
Jonathan?
She's 16, man?
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he's old.
He could potentially have his
License already.
Yeah.
restricted or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Except it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, Oliver, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've been up to a lot of stuff. So yesterday we got back from California.
Oh, nice. Oh,
We
VidCon,
went
right?
VidCon. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
How was that?
It was fantastic. We, met all the YouTubers, big and small.
Mm-hmm.
One of the highlights of the trip. You guys watch Kyle, right?
Kyle?
Kyle,
Oh, yeah.
All right, so VidCon, there were like 7,000 people there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this one huge like stage place, a bunch of concerts going on, and then they gave Kyle a 20-minute section, just in front of everyone to do his stuff. So Kyle, he's got a pretty particular sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh, that
So
sounds awesome.
All right, so he goes up there. It's Kyle. All right, he goes up. At the beginning, they announce, if you have any small children, or if you're a parent with children at all, leave right now. Everyone laughs. They're like,
Uh-huh.
no, seriously, leave. They start. It gets pretty bad. A lot of stuff that not appropriate at all.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't be saying this stuff in front of everyone. He gets booed off and stuff.
Oh, really?
No, see,
Is
it was
it-
great. I loved it because one of his characters he was playing was, he's got like Kyle, the little retard guy,
Yeah.
and he's also got this one guy called Bruce something.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah.
character is a not funny comedian. So if you go up, no one knows you. You present a guy who just isn't funny. You know what's gonna happen, and no one just gets a joke. It was fun though.
Yeah. That sounds
After that,
cool.
went to Disneyland.
Oh, nice.
Was good.
Do
Yeah.
some rides there.
Went at 10 a.m. Left at
12 noon?
12 midnight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No food. Was good. Making the most of our trip.
Oh, I bet. That's how the Polish people do it, don't they?
Yeah, how about you, Jay?
I went to camp in Canada, and it was pretty great. Fun time, except I stubbed my toe pretty good playing field hockey at 8:30 in the morning. And so I was like,
Now you're gonna die.
yeah, pretty much, slowly bleeding out. So what happened is I was playing hockey or whatever, because they had like a hockey rink because it's Canada, so of course they have that.
On the actual rink?
But it was like a field hockey thing. It was an actual thing, but it wasn't ice or anything. But it was like a little field hockey, whatever. So I'm going after the puck, but it had like either the sprinklers went off last night or it rained or something, so it was kind of like slippery.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I just
yeah.
had flip flops on because I wasn't really expecting to play field hockey because we were just kind of walking around checking it out because it was our first day. And then I go after it, and then like my toe kind of like gives out because my like sandals are like too small. I need to get new ones. And like before the trip, I'm like, I guess I can, this will be like the last time wearing these sandals or whatever. And I like stubbed my toe on the ground, and I was like, ow, that hurt. And I kind of like tried to walk it off, but then I looked down, and there was like a huge like circle, like semicircle cut underneath my toenail on my big toe. And
Ouch.
I don't even know what really happened, but I'm guessing that the toenail kind of like pushed back on my toe, and because I have like bruises in the front and back, and kind of like cut that area. And so then I'm kind of like walking around because like the nurse wasn't awake yet or something. So we were just gonna like walk back up to the cabin, but there's like a huge like steep hill up there, and it's kind of hard to walk when you have like a bad toe wearing flip flops. And so we found like my leader dude. And he's like, oh dang, or whatever, because like it bled so bad that my whole like flip flop was just covered in blood, and the blood just
Jeez.
started like strand together, like it wasn't just regular blood anymore. And so he's like, oh dang, we better take the nurse. And so I kind of we walk down there, and then the nurse comes and like tries to clean it off or whatever, and my like sandals need to be cleaned off. And so then she like wraps it up, and then they're like, yeah, that you should try, don't let this hinder you, you should still do whatever. I'm like, are you serious? Like I'm like bleeding out of my toe like crazy here. But I'm like, okay, whatever you say, you're the doctor. And so I wrap it up, I grab my like regular shoes, and then later that day I see that there's blood coming out of the top of my shoe. I'm like, that can't be my blood, right? I have like a sock on, I have like my brand new shoe on. But it was, and so my whole sock was just a bloody mess. And so I had to
Whoa.
like throw that away, and then now it's starting to get better. But I'm going to the doctor today just to make sure everything's good. But they said like the big thing was I needed to be careful it didn't get infected, and it like the pain was a problem. And I'm like, it's not really the pain, it's just that my like every time I step I'm breaking my healing process. It's kind of the problem. But it's not infected as of right now, so hopefully it stays that way. And it's getting better, so that's good. But other than that, camp was pretty fun. There was one time where my leader like we had like these one-on-ones where we talk about our like religious beliefs or whatever, and so I was
How
like,
was
yeah,
that?
I believe in God, Jesus, all that stuff. And he's like, oh cool, have you ever like prayed with a head leader before or whatever? I'm like, no, I didn't realize you had to do that. So then all of a sudden I kind of get sucked into this thing where I'm like leading a prayer, like confirming my beliefs about God and stuff. And then through that I kind of got like pushed into like this new believer thing. It was just kind of like this. I kind of just got sucked into this thing I didn't really want to be in. But that. Other than that, it was pretty good. And yeah, it was a fun time.
Well, since you mentioned infections, my
I was playing Infected earlier.
Oh,
actually no, but my grandpa, he just had his knee replacement or second knee replacement or whatever, and
Okay.
they have to have the antibiotics because you don't want that to get infected.
yeah.
But turns out those antibiotics caused him to get a different infection
Oh, jeez.
somewhere in his
Jeez, man.
intestines.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
So that just really sucks for him right now because
Yeah.
he still has to do like he's not now because he's in the hospital for the infection, but he has to do physical therapy and everything for his knee. So
Jeez.
Jeez, that sucks, man.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
couldn't like do anything. Like I couldn't. They had like a whole lake there that I couldn't go in because like the lake's kind of all dirty.
Oh, gee.
And then like they were like, oh, you can still go in the pool, and I'm like, do you realize I'm like bleeding? I'm still bleeding. Like 3 days later, it's still oozing blood.
Wait, how far into camp did it, do you get that toe thing?
Oh, it was the first full day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Jeez,
we had
that
that
sucks.
like day that we got there, and I had like 5 hours to do whatever there, and then like we went down to go for a little walk just to check out the camp because we didn't like look at the whole thing or whatever, and I got it, and I'm like, dang, 'cause, like right away I kind of knew it. And then Connor helped me out and was there, which was cool. But I was like, dang, if Connor got this, he would have been screwed for France. Is walking around there.
Connor would just like kind of laid in bed there, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking, I was thinking, should I like call my parents or something? Because I didn't feel like I should be like moving it around at all, because that's only gonna make it worse. But
Yeah.
but
Because
it turned out
that
good.
nurse's advice did not sound.
Yeah, I was like, she's like,
well,
yeah,
right.
I don't really know what to tell you here. I'm like,
No,
I
if it
could have told
bled
myself.
through your freaking sock, man,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
bad.
I know. She's like,
No.
ooh, it did bleed a little. I'm like, yeah, it did bled a little.
It's like, yeah, but that was days later, you said, right?
Yeah.
Because, if you're still bleeding
Yeah.
after a few hours,
Something's wrong,
that's
man.
a concern.
Yeah, like but it was like right at the nail bed. So when it tried to heal, oh, they would have put stitches on it, but the skin, like on my toe or my toe, pulled back, and they couldn't push it down, so they had nothing to sew it to, and so I would have gotten stitches, but there wasn't anything to stitch to, so that's probably why it bled a little more. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
And then I couldn't go on, like, there was like the longest zip line on North America that I couldn't go on because it wasn't actually like the zip line that would have hurt my foot, but it was like a 15-minute hike up there. And I'm like, oh geez, that sounds terrible with my foot, because it was like it was either that day or the day after, so it was like still sore. But now I could probably do it. But yeah. And then I'm going to a lake in like a week, so hopefully by then it's good and I won't have to, worry about infections or whatever. So that's why I'm going to the doctor today. Just check up on it.
Man,
Yeah.
that's just like ruining the whole camp, though.
I know. I was like,
Sucks.
yeah, because there wasn't really much I could do after that. And then I kind of like awkwardly sit out like the activities or whatever, because I had like my shoe on just to hold it in place or whatever. And I don't think people really realized how bad I was, because I just was kind of like awkwardly
yeah.
limping. And then at one point I got crutches because I'm like, oh dang, this is bad. But then I didn't want to use the crutches because it was too hard carrying them up the hill. And it was like, okay, this is stupid. Then once I had like crutches for like 2 minutes, and everyone was like, oh, what happened? What happened? I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been limping more, but no one seems to care. As soon as you pull out the crutches, it's like, oh, geez, whatever. But it was still a fun time.
No.
And
That's
then,
good, though.
Also, going into Canada, we didn't have to like show passports or anything.
Well, no way.
Yeah, like we were on like a big bus, and so no one even came onto our bus. We just held onto our passports, and they kind of just like looked around the bus, and then we were just on our way. And then going back to the U.S., we had to get off, put all our bags through like the security check or whatever.
Wait.
that was
Back
kinda
through. Okay, yeah, like drugs and stuff.
yeah. But it would have been so easy to smuggle stuff into Canada if we wanted to, but it's nothing that we really wanted to smuggle.
Comment. It's always easy to smuggle stuff into Canada.
Yeah.
You just get in your car. They don't check. They don't, open your car or anything. No big deal.
Mhm.
Speaking about that, we're on the airport. There's always like the 3-ounce limit for liquids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Airport. So stupid. I brought 6-ounce toothpaste. Don't care. Take your laptop out of your backpack. I just decided no. I left it in. They don't care.
Yeah. I know. It was sometimes they get like really mad about that, and other times they don't at all.
Yeah, I know,
It's
but
weird.
it was going there and coming back. And then my dad, he brought his like construction gear because he was checking out a site up there.
Uh-huh.
In his little reflective vest, he had a little box cutter. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't check bags. We just take everything carry on.
Uh-huh.
Box cutter in the carry on. Don't notice.
Jeez. Sounds. Yeah. Wow. Seems like they would have gotten that.
That reminded me of something. What's his name? Adam Savage, from MythBusters.
Yeah.
He was going through the checkpoints and everything, and he didn't realize that he had these 2 huge razor blades. Like, they're not like
Jeez.
short, like they were like a foot long each, like these big things.
Dang.
And he forgot that he had them either in his bag or whatever. They just let him right through. They never noticed them. It's like
He was
they don't.
he was on the flight that like the day before the plane crashed in the Twin Towers on 9/11. He was on like that flight one day before. I remember reading something about that.
Wait, who-
Wow.
Sorry.
Adam Savage, the MythBusters dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He tweeted or something like that. Oh, and also what was funny is so Connor got a new passport for France because you have to have like 3 months in between the expiration date or whatever.
Yeah.
And So he got like holes punched in his old one, because he can't have like two passports. But his like parents didn't want him to take his new passport because they were afraid he was gonna lose it like right before going to France or whatever.
Connor was gonna lose his passport.
Yeah, that's funny. And then so he brought like because you can go through with your like some sort of ID and birth certificate copy. So he had that and his old passport. And I was like, so Connor, how are you gonna show him both? And he's like, I'll just explain the whole situation to him. I'm like, I think that's only gonna cause more problems because like the bus driver told us like be really specific and don't do anything like fishy. And Connor has like this expired passport or whatever that's not really expired. But it all ended up working out.
That's good.
I don't think they even looked at his passport like coming back because they do it kind of like groups, So that was interesting. But, yeah.
All right. Was Canada pretty crazy?
Yeah, well, like.
And then America.
Well, I don't really like Canada.
Wait, why not?
Just from what I've seen, I don't know. I just kind of like. It's not that I really don't like Canada. It's just kind of like a thing that I don't think I'd like it. Just because it's Canada. But like once we got to the camp, it was cool. Like the actual like landscape of Canada is nice.
Wait, where were you guys?
We were in Princeton, British Columbia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But when we stopped at Princeton, in like that little area, like they had like a A&W and McDonald's or whatever, and like everyone was using like American money, and I don't think they really knew what was going on, and so everyone was like getting back all sorts of different money, and then it was just really weird there because there was like weird houses on the side there, and it was just kind of like a weird experience. And then our bus driver kind of was a little crazy too, because he was like super paranoid that something was going to happen at times, and then he was giving us advice that didn't make any sense at all. So everyone kind of just awkwardly laughed with him.
See, I think everyone just made the whole trip a bigger problem than it actually was, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You just go to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because
No
we're
problem
like
there.
a big bus and everything, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, you guys make some friends
In Canada or at camp?
at camp, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, some girls you talk to, but a lot of the girls that like, there's some girls that try to get like as many guys like numbers as they can or whatever, or like try to flirt with all the guys, and all the guys just like run over to them like crazy, and so that's always funny to watch because, but yeah, there's some cool people there. At one point, like our rival Bellevue or whatever, we were like, there were some kids from that high school, and they were like across the lobby from us as a cabin, and there was like a whiteboard in the middle, and so one guy like said like Bellevue takes it deep and drew a penis, but he didn't realize that he used a Sharpie instead of a whiteboard marker. And so he just went to like write it and then erase it real fast or something. But then when he tried erasing it, it didn't work. And so he's just kind of like looking up at the cabin like when they're gonna come out. And then he got like he tried to like scribble over it with an expo marker, but that didn't work. And so then he just like Sharpied it in, like trying to like close it out a bit. And then he got like some window cleaner and he used like a random sock to clean it up. So that was pretty funny.
All right. Wait, Bellevue isn't our rival?
No, Bellevue is our rival, aren't they? Or I mean,
Okay, yeah.
everyone was rival.
I don't
Like
know.
there's some
Close
football
enough.
Sure.
rivalry going on. I guess.
That's good enough.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. And then there were people from like all over, but everyone was like American. So that was kind of weird
Yeah.
because there's no Canadians there, except for some of the workers were Canadian, which was interesting.
Which was interesting. It's
Yeah.
not, they're just.
No, but it was
Alright.
like, well, I mean, just kind of like I don't know, it was just you kind of tell people are Canadian. Oh, and there's this one dude who's like one of like the character actor people, and he like looked really Canadian, but he looked like he was like 30 or so, and he was only like 19, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So that was weird.
Moving over to VidCon again.
Yeah, go for it.
So Machinima had a bunch of people there. I met Woody, X-Jaws,
Oh, you
T-Mark.
did? Dang.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got little pictures of him. But there was this huge like hall with all these little expos, people advertising themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Machinima had like a quarter of all the space,
Jeez.
just like huge projectors, bunch of seats, no one there. They're playing like Black Ops or something, the whole time. No one cares. It's just empty. Other than
Did you
that,
hear like the Machinima people talk at all, or
I went to one of their little conferences they had.
yeah,
Pretty boring. I left.
yeah?
I don't know. Not too exciting.
So is that what you did the whole time? Like just go to
Yeah.
different
So how it
conferences?
was organized is that at the bottom there's this huge place. Like a bunch of meet and greets going on. You just walk around, talk to people. There's little booths,
Yeah.
take pictures, whatever. And there's a huge arena where every so often there's like concerts and stuff. And then there's just a bunch of little conference rooms
Mm-hmm.
where you can go in there. Everyone's got panels and stuff. I went to like two of Freddie W, a
Oh,
few,
nice.
Nice Peter, uh, got one with Tom Milsim. Lots of good stuff there.
Yeah, that's cool. So how long was it? Like how many days did you go
Uh,
to?
2 days.
Nice.
Although it was 3 days, but you had to have a different pass for that.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't afford it. I was good.
Nice. So did your whole family go to it, or just
Whole family went down to California, but then just me and my brother went to VidCon.
nice?
It was better that way.
Yeah.
Let's not kid ourselves.
That's sweet. So you met like Woody and T Mart and stuff. Did you like talk with them at all?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. I talked to them a bit. Just hey, I like your stuff. It was good.
No awkward moments. There.
No.
That's good.
Gave him a hug.
That's cool.
But it's like, everyone from YouTube is just there.
Yeah,
You can talk to them, normal people.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, especially with YouTube, it's not like it's TV or something. It's like an isolated community already. Everyone's like doing it from their home pretty much.
Yeah.
So-
Wait,
so-
is Parker here? Parker. All right, Parker is gone.
I think he tried to sneak out without being noticed,
Yeah.
or
but then-
didn't care to say goodbye, or
But I got a
Fair
little
enough.
notification. Parker went offline, so
oh, he went.
no success there. It was like, yeah, he is offline.
Wow, I didn't even notice he left. I just thought,
Good on you, Parker.
wait, no, he didn't even leave the call. He just kind of like,
He just kind of disconnected.
oh, what's like? Is it away or is it completely offline?
No, just offline. He's gone.
Huh.
All right, maybe his like computer turned off. That's what we hope, but really.
Oh, now
slept.
now it just went offline. Oh,
Oh no, he's online again.
it's online now.
Yay, Parker. Oh no, he's not in the call. I guess
Um.
at the call.
Oh, it's being called now.
I clicked the add button.
Nice. Hey.
There we go. What
Alright.
happened there?
Well, Comcast used to do the little courtesy of telling you when they're gonna reset your connection. Not
Oh.
anymore. Apparently, you just tell them that there's something wrong with your connection. They just reset it without saying anything. So
Yeah, your connection's also pretty bad.
Hey, your voice keeps getting like quieter and quieter, and then.
And
yeah,
then-
I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just screwed up today.
I know mine's been weird today too. Like I've been trying to get this dual monitor thing to work, but like because I am already using my HDMI to DVI cable, and so I have to use I have like this mini display port to DVI like connect adapter lying around. So I try to use that because like the Thunderbolt port is apparently like backwards compatible, but it kind of worked, and so you kind of have to like twist it in the right way and then kind of like sit it down carefully, and then it works good. But then it was kind of like blocking my wireless or something, because whenever I was plugged in, my connection wouldn't work. But now it seems to be working well. So hopefully I'm good now, but we'll see. Oh, I got Smite today thanks to KB Mod's beta thing.
Tell me more.
It's like I've never played anything like it. I think it's supposed to be like Dota 2 or whatever, like a MOBA sort of deal. But it's instead of like a overarching view, it's like a third person thing. And so you run around with like these mythical gods, and then you try to kill the other like enemies, but it's like on this like one map, and then you try to like infiltrate their base and beat the Minotaur. And it's actually pretty fun, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I didn't know how to use any of my equipment at all. And so at first I was like, dang, I got 2 kills, and then I died like 10 straight times. And I was like, you only I had the max deaths, and it's like a 30-minute game, and you only get like around 10 deaths if you're me or whatever. But it was still pretty fun. It was weird because I hadn't played anything like it, but Yeah.
Oh, alright, I'm looking at some gameplay. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like watched the tutorial while I was downloading.
Oh,
But I
okay.
saw KB Mod like posted that, and I was like, oh, they're probably already taken, but I'll search it anyway because I didn't really know it was Smite. I just kind of assumed it because they had like given away Smite stuff before. I tried one code and then I tried the middle code, and that worked. So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's my
You
first
guys-
like. I wish I had like the CS:GO bit instead, but it's all good.
Yeah.
What can you do?
But if because I apparently have like referrals, but not right now because they're not giving any away. But once I get referrals, I can give it to you guys to try it out or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
So-
is it kind of like League of Legends from what I'm seeing?
I think maybe a bit. I've never played League of Legends, so I'm not really sure. But
Alright, yeah, it looks pretty much exactly like League of Legends. Alright, yeah, no, cool.
yeah, it's sweet. And it actually ran well, surprisingly. So
Huh.
that's cool.
Uh,
And it's free. It's gonna be free to play. So
yeah,
It's neat.
perfect.
um,
How are you guys' 4th of July plans looking?
Um.
I don't really have any.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Like I could go down to the big fireworks, at the city hall or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Connor and his family are coming over like 1 to 4, like a lunch as they go off to France. And then, but we have like fireworks here, so I might just do some fireworks here or something. Because last time I don't
Better
know.
yet, take
Oh.
those fireworks, put them in Connor's bag before he goes to France. I'm telling him.
No, even better, take the fireworks to City Hall.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were going with that.
Whoa.
But like last time, the city hall fireworks, they were kind of like, they were at the point where it's like they were too far away to be really impressed, or like I mean they were cool looking, but like after a while it's like it was just the same firework over and over again. And like the thing I enjoy about fireworks is actually like lighting them, and doing that
Yeah.
whole deal. So I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to City Hall,
Yeah, if I go, I'll see you there. But
Alright, perfect.
yeah. And it always like they do like the checks or whatever, and then everyone gets really excited like it's gonna start, and then it doesn't start for like another hour. That's how I remember it. So,
Oh, yeah.
and everyone gets super excited, but then it never goes.
Yeah, worst fireworks I've ever seen in Greece. The show was like an hour, except it was one firework every freaking 3 minutes, man. It was horrible.
Sounds terrible.
It's like we can either make this go for a long time, or we can give it all at once, and it still won't be impressive.
Yeah. It was weird at camp. I was there for Canada Day,
Oh yeah.
and they were like like at lunch they played like the Canadian anthem, but no one really like everyone or a lot of people were American, so no one really like did anything for it. So it was just kind of like awkward being in Canada, but you're so like isolated that you don't see any like outsiders at your camp or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was kind of strange, but it was cool.
Canada Day always so fun.
Yeah. What
Always
is?
got like fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, just do the same thing as 4th of July here, or what?
Pretty much
Yeah, that's cool.
with some weed involved.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Just every fireworks show you go to there. It's horrible.
Everyone's smoking weed.
So bad.
Dang.
All right.
Yeah. It's weird the firework laws here because there's like the incorporated and unincorporated place,
Yeah.
So it's like
It's
I don't think we're
There's like
supposed to
some
do it here,
neighborhoods, yeah.
but like I don't know. It's all
well,
weird.
they sell fireworks at the QFC next to me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I saw that. Oh no,
that's-
because your neighborhood.
yeah,
It's not.
that's
It's part of the county. It's not part of the
that's
city.
unincorporated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
so
you
anything
know,
goes.
if you try, it's really weird.
Yeah, but
How
and then
they
they
do
put
that.
like the signs up like right in the incorporated place too. Like
Yeah,
here's
yeah,
where
I
to get
saw-
fireworks, But it's illegal there, but you can get it. But the Indian reservations, that's where you get the good fireworks.
That's where you get like the high ones, yeah.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Because like at our QFC, you can get the little hoppers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Can't get any of the big blasters.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so we'll see.
All right.
Should be fun.
I think this is a good time to announce that I am a world record holder.
Whoa. World
Whoa.
record. Tell me
World rec.
more.
Hold on there. No, so at VidCon they organized the biggest game of Ninja,
Uh-huh.
and I participated, so I got the little badge, and
Whoa.
I got my name written down. I got the badge, and I was, get this, second. I got second in my little division, so I was one person away from moving on to the little final
Oh,
round
dang.
to play with, Philip DeFranco.
That would be cool.
It was fun though. It was good.
Was it, how many people were there in it?
376.
Dang, that's a lot.
I thought it would be like 2,000, but no.
Yeah. Oh, also, last Wednesday, I almost caught a home run ball. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So, like, first play of the game, it starts. I'm like, oh man, I got it's gonna be happen right now. And he takes the pitch high, and then like, he swings at it, and I'm like, oh dang. But I didn't really know how to expect it because I couldn't get a good grasp of how far it was actually like the ball was gonna come, because it was the first batter of the game, so I couldn't get it like how far fly balls were gonna fly or whatever. So it's coming. I'm like, stand up, raise my glove up, and then as the ball enters the shadow, or like it looks like it's coming right for me, but as it enters the shadow, it like starts to slice away, and so I reach over as it slices, and I just barely tip it, and then it hits off this guy's shoulder, and this little, not really little kid, he was like my age next to me, and then his bounces towards his dad, and his dad picks it and gives it to him. So I was like so close to getting that ball, but unfortunately this kid screwed me over because this kid had a glove, but he like kind of like shied away from it, and I'm reaching over trying to grab it, and then it like I heard him talk about it later, like if I hadn't, or if that guy hadn't tipped it, that would have hit me in the face. I'm like, you have a freaking glove, like you're right there with me. I'm reaching over, like the ball is going to your dad, and his dad's like kind of shying away too. It's like you can put your bare hand up there, like it's gonna hurt like crazy,
Yeah.
but it's a friggin' major league ball.
Home
And-
run ball too.
I know, and what I learned actually later is the guy that hit it, Coco Crisp. My grandpa took my cousins to their first like baseball game, and that was Coco Crisp's major league debut. And so there's like a weird connection between Coco Crisp and like baseball to my family, I guess. So that's kind of neat. But
That's
yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then after that, you're kind of like, kind of shaken from that experience a little bit, and it's like, all crazy. But I was just, so close to getting that, and I almost did. But maybe next time. But still cool. So yeah. And me and Connor went down there on the bus, and so that was pretty cool, just by ourselves. Kind of interesting because we didn't really know what we were doing. And it dropped us off at like a different place. Like it said it was going to drop us off at Bay B, but it dropped us off at like Bay D. And so we were like, should we just get off here? And like, yeah, I guess we should. But we got it all figured out. And then we had to wait around for like an hour before the gates opened, and then it didn't even have batting practice, so we couldn't get any extra balls. But it was still all fun, so that was cool.
Oh, you're talking about to the Manners game.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I got lost there.
yeah. And then, well, at camp, me and Connor were playing catch or whatever, but I couldn't really like throw all that well because I couldn't plant my back foot at all. And so I was just teaching Connor a few pitches, and I was having him work on a knuckleball, and so that was kind of interesting because
Teaching Connor a few pitches. So great.
oh, yeah, because I've watched like a few like videos on like MLB Network or something. I haven't like looked it up or anything, but I taught him the cutter. I'm beginning to work with that, and I taught him the knuckleball. I can't really throw the knuckleball. I couldn't like even try really because my foot. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting just because I couldn't throw all that well.
Yeah.
But it was fun. So yeah, because I told Connor like, man, if he has like a ton of pitches he can throw, that'll make his pitching so much better because people in his league won't be able to understand them all. That was cool. Fun times.
Did anyone from our school go to the camp with you guys?
Yeah, there was, let's see, there was about 20 kids, 20 boys from our school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was like a
Whoa.
group of like 7 of the popular kids that just go there for the girls, and then like a group of 13 or so or whatever that actually went just have fun or whatever. And then I'm trying to think how many girls there were. Probably like 30, 40-ish. And so it's a good amount. And then there's other people from like other schools around us, so it was fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. And next year we get like to go to like the premier camp, so that's awesome. In Canada again, but it's like by the ocean, so apparently it's like a lot better.
The premiere. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah. This is the one everyone's been waiting for. So yeah, but like I don't know if I'm gonna go next year because they tell like the same story over and over again, like the whole religious part and like the character part as well. Like they have like little different characters they do. Like this time it was like the hardcore parkour people, and so that was kind of interesting. And then we had like the Men in Black deal. So I don't know. I don't know when they're gonna kind of like phase us out of that because it seems kind of like young for us. But hey, people seem to enjoy it, so I guess they'll keep continuing it. But yeah.
Great.
Yep. What else? What are you guys' plans for the rest of the summer?
Go for it, partner.
I like how you immediately go to the person who has like zero plans at all.
Yeah, I know. That was the plan.
I don't think I have anything planned, but I might do something.
Okay, so Parker, what you want to do? Just one night, don't go to sleep. Just start biking, okay? Start biking, and you just go for it, and you see how far you can get, and then at like, let's say 9 a.m., you just call your parents and tell them to pick you up, and it's really impressive.
The problem is, neither of them are gonna answer.
Wait, how would that be? In what way is that impressive? Like how long it takes for them to get to you, or how tired you are?
No, the distance you can travel.
Oh.
If you get like.
So when am I supposed to start biking though?
Yeah.
Like when they go to like I'd say start biking at like midnight. Call them at 9. See how far you can go.
And you like die the next day, like just.
Why would you die?
Like dead asleep, right?
No.
No, why would you die? You don't do that.
Jesus. Jack, no.
No dying? Oh.
God.
Have you done that before? Like where you do that, or is this just like an idea?
Of course not.
Oh, all right.
Crazy. Who would do that?
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh man, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I am going to be going to Idaho for a couple days, or like 10 days or so. And actually my leader goes to that same lake, which is kind of interesting, and like 2 guys in my cabin as well. So it's kind of weird. And then that's pretty much what I'm doing in the near future. But hopefully my foot gets all checked out and I can actually go in the lake and stuff because it's supposed to be good weather. Because getting this thing infected would be terrible.
Yeah.
Because like the doctor's like, yeah, just look for some like black streaks going down your foot, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely will be looking for that.
Wait, are they gonna have to like take off your toenail?
What? My toenail? See, the thing is, that's kind of like the interesting part because it seems like it should fall off, but it's like the cut is like below the actual, like there's a little piece of skin in between my toenail and my cut actually, and so I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it's gonna fall off, like it seems like it's in place, but when the new one starts growing in, this one might be pushed out. So it's like, it's my big toe, and my big toes are massive, so it might take a couple years for it to be back to normal. So we'll see, but it should be interesting, and I probably will have a scar or something down there. It's pretty good wound.
Ouch.
Yep. But yeah, but if I don't get like cleared, I'll probably just get like some sort of boot I can stick my foot in, because I'm not missing out on that.
Just like duct taping.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But like I took a shower today and I had to like put it in a like bag or something, so I want to take the bandage off because I'm gonna get it like rebandaged tonight or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
That sucks. You like wasted your whole camp, man.
Yeah, I mean it was still like a lot of the stuff you can still find. Oh, the one thing is though, so the way they do like dinner and stuff, it's like they keep everyone outside, like the dining hall, and then they let the leaders go in and grab one table. So there's like a leader at every table, and then all the kids like rush in at once or whatever when they open the doors and start the music or whatever. And then but like I couldn't like really run, so I had to kind of like hobble in order to get to like a good seat, because if you don't get like one with like your group or whatever, you have to sit like with some, you know, random group or whatever, you know, and that's never fun. But like like when I first injured my foot, Connor's like, oh, you know, don't worry, I'll grab 2 seats or whatever. And then but it didn't
And then he didn't.
well, it didn't really work out like the way the plan planned. So then after that, I kind of just, you know, did my best to hobble with him, because I can do like this skip run sort of deal where I don't really move my toe. So that's kind of how I move around. So like the last day we had to do like this running like bucket list thing, and so I had to like do this like weird skip run, and everyone thought I was like, you know, out of it or something. So that was weird. But all
All
fun.
right.
Yep.
Jeez.
What else do we have to talk about? That's the question.
We can talk about Connor,
Him in France.
him and friends.
That'll be interesting. I told him to like blog it or something, even though he won't have connection every day. Just like blog it and then upload it when he does. So that'd be pretty interesting to see.
I told them some pickup lines he could
Oh,
try.
I saw that. Yeah, he was talking about that, how like I think he was like afraid to click on it at first or something.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if I ever gave him a link, but I told him some pretty inappropriate ones in French class.
See, my question is, will he really use his French while there?
I don't know. Like
Well,
you can get around without using.
You can get around no problem.
Yeah.
Without using
yeah,
French.
and then it's probably hard for them to understand
Yeah.
someone who's only taken French 1.
It might like it's I guess it's good to kind of like it's probably good to like know, to like maybe read a few things or understand what people are saying a little bit, but like actually speaking it, that's kind of where
No,
you
because
know,
like when are you actually gonna speak it though?
yeah,
Like the locals just don't want to talk to you, man.
yeah. I mean, I guess
Let's
when
not
you're
kid
like
ourselves.
ordering something, but like it's, you know, pretty easy just to point or, you know, pronounce it off
Or the waiters always speak English too. You
Yeah,
know?
I know. So, but you know, he's like the only person in his family that speaks French, so they might be pressuring him or something. I don't know. But that'll be interesting to hear.
As long as he has a
But
good time.
he's pretty pumped to go to France, because he was talking about it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I would be too.
Yeah. This is the first time like out of the country besides Canada, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Jeez.
crazy. This is my first time going to Canada, weirdly enough.
Well,
I have to put laundry in the dryer.
okay, we'll talk about you when you're gone.
I'll do it later. I think I have time.
Alright.
the fear. Or-
No, I just don't really want to walk over there.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah. Walking sucks.
Um,
But yeah, it's just really weird having no school. Just like no
Y-
responsibilities. It's nice.
so much more productive,
Yeah.
actually.
I know.
It's like when there's school, even if you got homework,
Yeah.
you can't go outside.
I
Because
know.
at the beginning, you do your homework, yeah? So you don't want to be stuck with it at the end of the day.
Uh huh.
Then it's dark, man.
Yeah. But like,
I've got like so much taekwondo and stuff going on.
but like we'd be getting out of school like pretty much now. But like to me, it seems like the day's like just starting nowish. Because I woke up kind of early, but it's like once you go to school, you get kind of like in a routine. You get like all tired from school or whatever, and then like the rest of
Yeah.
the day seems wasted away. Just like it's crazy, so much more to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and your teacher's in China, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Connor was saying.
Who?
Who do you think? The only teacher that is going to China during the summer.
I can't tell you. I have
Are you-
no idea.
Okay, the cool teacher that we have.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay. Yeah. All right, good, cool.
How is she teaching though? Does she know Chinese?
You
Uh,
don't need to know Chinese.
you don't need to know
That's the
Chinese
point.
to teach it, because it's like the kids already know basic English,
Yeah.
because everyone knows basic English, and then you just teach them from there.
So she teaching English there or what?
Yeah.
If she's gonna be I think she said she was gonna be an English teacher or whatever.
Well,
That's cool.
bet-
So is it just for the summer or something or?
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
okay. I
it's
want to
just
say
summer.
2 weeks, but I feel like that's something completely different.
It's pretty neat.
Oh, jeez. I'm on Imgur right now. A dog just grabbed the fish out of the water. Oh my god. It's crazy.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? Another thing that's funny. So they had like this guy, Mark Wagner was like our musician dude. And he did all like the songs and whatever. And he had like his own songs. He had like a little concert for him, whatever. And then after the concert, they're like, "Yeah, you can come over. You can buy some CDs, or whatever." But I guess not enough people bought the CDs. So the next day at dinner, they're like, "We're giving you guys free CDs." And so they gave everyone like a free CD. And so we were kind of like, "What if you bought the CD beforehand?" Like,
Yeah.
um, and then they gave us like a DVD of the little camp promos or whatever. So it's kind of funny. And like anytime like someone was on camera, they were like freaking out, like, "Oh my gosh!" And there's like it's only like 300 people there. It's not that crazy to be on camera. And you know Garrett, crazy strong guy.
Yeah, was he there?
Yeah, and his brother. The whole triplet set was there. And he at one point he got like this flag, for like the little team or whatever. And he took the flag, and he started running around the whole like camp with it, and then he did like some ninja rolls with it, and then he like stuck it in the ground, and he broke it into 3 pieces, and not just 2 pieces, but 3 pieces, and they had to get like a new flag for it, and it was just hilarious because it's such a Garrett move. And then,
Such a character.
and then he like did like this jousting thing in the water, and he knocked this guy off, but as he knocked him off, he landed on this guy's little pad, because it was in the pool. And but he got called. He like was defeated because he jumped on this other guy's pad and knocked him off. But Garrett's just so funny. It was crazy.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing pictures of your camp right now, just through the magic of Facebook.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm looking at. I don't like the people there. Jesus, these kids are assholes.
Oh, like
My
the
God.
the people that we know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. There's like, I'm with you there. I don't know.
Okay, good.
I don't know who you're.
Not some of them, just
Yeah.
a few.
But yeah, there's definitely a group that's not
Yep.
good or whatever. Oh, and so we did like this cabin time thing where you're supposed to share your feelings or whatever, which is cool, whatever. But they did like a whole big group cabin time at one point, like all the people that go to our school. But like a lot of the guys there, they didn't want to participate at all, and so it's just kind of weird sharing stuff with them when they don't like say anything and don't really believe anything like that. So that was kind of awkward, but yeah. And then at one point they did like a prayer when everyone like participated in the prayer or whatever, or like anyone could talk in it. And it was just weird because everyone had like their eyes closed or whatever, so no one really knew who was talking next. So it was just kind of strange.
Did Connor talk?
What? No, not for the
Yeah.
prayer part. I didn't want to do the prayer either. Because I already like led my prayer for the day when I got sucked into that thing. But it was like really weird because apparently there was like 2 other guys that were supposed to be going to the New Believer thing or whatever. Well, I think we're kind of like the same boat as me because it's like my 3rd time going to this camp and they do the same thing every time, and nothing really had changed for me all that much. But apparently it's like I got like a Facebook message from him today and it's like a freaking big deal or something. Because he was like really
Wait,
excited.
What's the big deal?
Like having Jesus enter your life or something. Because I apparently
Jesus entered your life?
I thought he did like 5 years ago or something, but apparently
Jesus
you're wrong.
entered his life yesterday.
apparently
Or
it
something.
was just like a few days ago that this happened. It's like a big deal.
Wait, so are they telling you that you were not religious And we made you religious.
I guess I think like there's some sort of misinterpretation here because during this one-on-one thing he's like, I can see you already believe this stuff and you're already advanced, but so I'm gonna ask you some more advanced questions, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's all right. And then you know then he's like asking these questions at the end. He's like, do you want to have you done any prayers like that before? I'm like, no, I've never really heard of this. And so then he's like, you want to do it? I'm like, I can't really say no to you now, so sure. And so we did that or whatever, and it was really awkward doing it because I didn't really know how I was supposed to like. He's like, okay, you start it, and then I'll like finish it off. And so I didn't really know how to signal for him that I was done talking.
Wait, was this just you and him, or were there other people around?
It was just me and him because they do like this one-on-one thing where everyone like for an hour or so, or less, a little less than an hour. And so it was really awkward. And then once I did that, there's another guy who's like the main head leader from our area that was like, welcome to the family, brother. And I'm like, I thought I was already in the family. Like, why did I get kicked out and I had to join again? Like, what happened?
Jeez, make you feel bad.
I know. So I'm like, yeah. So then he's like, tell me how it happened. And I'm like, okay. And then me and Connor were playing catch, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to the New Believers thing. But I could tell that I kind of like wanted me to or whatever. And so me and Connor just, throwing the ball around. And the head leader guy comes over and he's like, so, you going to go to the New Believers thing? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. But that was kind of like my answer for no, because I'm not going to tell him like, no, I'm not going or whatever. Or I didn't really think to do that. I would have now, but I didn't realize, what I was getting myself into. He's like, oh, you should. And I'm like, okay, sure. And I'm like, Connor, you want to go? He's like, yeah, sure. And then as we're walking upstairs, Connor's like, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the cabin. And I'm like, all right, you have fun there. I guess I'll just kind of walk on over here. And then, like, we walk over there and we go to, like, because I had, like, missed the first 15 minutes because I didn't really want to go to it. We had, like, supposed to thrown our old life in, like, as a rock into the lake. And I'm like, why am I throwing my old life away? Nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
And then, like, my leader comes over and is like, yeah, pats me on the back, like, this is really cool or whatever. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Just trying to, like...
You're on the right path now.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm going to go try to get the other guys that I talked to. And he's like, I'm like, okay, cool. There'll be someone, I actually know here now. And then he's like, yeah, I couldn't really pull them away. They were having too much fun. But God's more than just this area. So it's okay. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then, like, I missed the part where we got, like, a little Bible or whatever. Because, like, they've done this every year. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad, I'm already, confirmed or, confirm my faith or whatever. So he's like, you want a Bible? I'm like, I already have a Bible. I'm good. We're kind of, like, whispering because it's, like, all quiet or whatever. Because everyone's, like, reflecting on stuff. And he's like, I'm going to get you a Bible anyway. I'm like, okay. And so then he's like, do you want to go back down there, and talk or whatever? I'm like, I think I'm going to head up to the cabin. And then I just kind of told Connor the whole thing. And it's kind of, like, frustrated that I got sucked into that deal. But
Jeez.
It's over now, so... but I couldn't tell because he like thought I was advanced, but thought I like wasn't at the same time. So it was really strange because he was like a lot more like religious and deeper than my old leader. And then like every time I saw the other head leader guy, I just kind of like gave him like a awkward like head nod or something because he kind of just would like smirk at me. So I didn't really know how to react to that. And the head leader dude. So me and Connor are playing catch, but it's kind of like dark out. And we're playing catch on the grass because there's like lights on the basketball court and like the hockey rink or whatever. But we're playing like the side grass between them, and so it's kind of hard to see the ball. But we're playing catch, and then like as he comes, he's like, "Oh, I got it," and he just kind of like fakes it. But I like didn't really know how to react to that, and so I've like tried to like because I look over and then I tried to recover, but it like hit off my hand. So as I'm walking up there, I'm trying to like shake off my hand, like, dang it, and it was just it was really strange.
He trolled you.
Yeah, like and even this morning, he was like, he gave me like a verse to look at, and
Jesus.
Yeah, but I was like, because at this point I'm like too deep into the black hole now. I can't really get out of it. But I guess hopefully that's the end of it.
This camp is that much about religion.
But the weird thing is like
I don't want to go, man.
No, it never was, and there's only like an hour that it's actually about religion. Because it's weird. They actually do it really well to try to like get people to be Christian, just because they make it like super fun and then like kind of throw in this religious stuff about it to you, which usually it's great, but at this point like something happened and I got sucked into that deal, but it was weird. Um, and yeah, and I told him about my YouTube channel, and so maybe if he listens to this one day, I don't really care. Maybe that'll help clear up the awkward air without me having to say something and him coming across it. So that's fine with me. But yeah, it was just strange, and like it's like most of the guys in our cabin had done this before, and so they kind of knew that we weren't really supposed to go to the new believers thing. But apparently, I was like, I'm not a new believer. I've never haven't believed in this. Like I've just grown up believing in this, and I kind of like realized that I guess I do. And then, but now apparently it's like really official or something.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, I guess. He sent me like a Facebook message today, like this is one of those or this is like a huge milestone for you or whatever. I'm like, it's really not. Like I didn't say that, but I was like, I appreciate you helping me through this or whatever, and realized that I did pass a big milestone because I didn't know that. But it was strange.
Unfriend him.
Oh man, but it was really cool. I was like, oh man, great new leader. Up to that point where I was like, what happened here? Because even after I did it, I'm like, oh, that's cool or whatever. I thought it was a small thing. Just kind of doing something there, but I don't know how he like picked his victims or whatever. It was strange. It was really weird.
Wait, so question, was it just pretty much you and Connor by yourselves against everyone else? Or did you guys like mingle with the others?
Oh yeah, I did. We mingled with them, but like I couldn't.
Okay, good.
But Connor was like, yeah, I've got TMS, too many people, or TMPS or whatever, too many people syndrome. So I'm gonna head up to the cabin, and usually I would have been like, I'm just gonna stay down here and talk with everyone else because it's freaking camp. I can, I'm not super outgoing, but for a couple days, it's
Might
fun.
as well, yeah.
But at that point, I'm like, my foot, was hurting at that point, and because I was on like painkillers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll just head up with you. So I didn't really get to do as much of that just because my freaking foot. But yeah, it was still cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of football players on our team, or on our cabin. Played for our team, and there was actually two other guys that were on my team in 3rd grade when I played football. So it's kind of interesting, like a quarter of our cabin.
All right.
Yeah.
Was it everyone like your age? Yeah.
Yeah, it was all 9th going to 10th graders.
All right.
Yeah, but the last camp was a lot better, I thought.
Could probably take those football guys.
What? You could?
No, you can.
What? Some of them. They go to like this. They're like working out now, already. So.
No, see, thing about the football kids. Some of them, you look at the, because it's no cut.
Yeah.
They're all like, yeah, I play football. I'm so tough.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, actually, one dude, I think Parker, I think you know him, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Joe B.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. He's like the quarterback or something, and he was on my football team. And so kind of like reconnected with him. He's a really cool guy, and he's actually smart, surprisingly.
He's like pretty much my neighbor.
Oh yeah.
He was in my math class last year, I think.
Yeah.
He was in our.
And
LASS
he was in honors this year.
Yeah. But I think he's like a quarterback or something, and so he seems like he's actually good. Well, yeah, there's some other guys that kind of just talk it up like they're really good, but you kind of look at them like you're like a big dude that could stand in there, but I don't think you're actually going to be going anywhere.
Coach isn't gonna play you,
Yeah. Oh, but I heard like there were some guys that I know that like they were doing like lacrosse stuff, and they got like looked at by like the Duke and Notre Dame head coaches, and they were told they were interested by them. So that's kind of weird that like people are being recruited in lacrosse already.
Already?
Yeah. And then one guy I know that goes to private Catholic school around here now, is like on like the All-Stars team or whatever, and he's already started as like a freshman. And he's like gonna super good or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Just to hear that. So, yep, that's kind of what happened there. We are at 59 minutes, 51 seconds. So, good time in there.
Just ended at a perfect 60.
What? All